Hi, everyone. Marianna Swallow here again. You can probably see my screen with some slides and a little window of me. And my second tip this month around practicing is, what does a run through look like? I have a pretty inelegant term for this. Let's just say it's a very fast run through. And this is how I recommend you practice when you are practicing with your slides or documents, whatever you have that's part of your presentation. What I'm doing here is I'm pulling up my slides and sharing them on Zoom so you can see what this looks like. Adapt as needed for your own presentations. So here, I've gone on Zoom by myself. If you want to record, this is what I recommend you do. Go into a Zoom room by yourself, hit record. And this is what my run through looks like. You're going to see that I go very fast and I skim over a lot of information. Okay, introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm Marianna Swallow. Today, we're talking about the top 3 tips for presenting. And a little bit about me, so you know that the person at the front of the room knows what she's talking about. I'm a speaker. I'm an adjunct at Loyola University Chicago. I've presented at 3 conferences. I love biking along Chicago's lakefront. Here's our agenda today. Here's what we're going to discuss: plan, prepare, structure, different audiences. First, we're going to begin talking about how do you plan your presentation, because how well you prepare impacts your credibility and your ability to influence the audience. Number 1, we're going to be talking about using a structure. Here's what we're going to be learning today. Now, do you see how fast and rapidly I'm going through that? I just gave you a taste of what I do, but this is what a run through looks like. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. You pull up your slides, and you don't have to record yourself, but get your material up and run through it that fast. And I invite you to use the words you would really be using. Here's the benefit. Number 1, it gives you a type of practice with this, and those words and what you're going to say gets into your muscle memory. So you've already run the presentation once before you get in front of your audience. Number 2, the benefit of this is as you say the words out loud, you're going to be hearing what you say. And the brain processes auditory information differently than the information we just see and read. And this is why a lot of presentations fall short. Quite often, people will make their presentation, just type it into PowerPoint or pull the information their boss gave them, and they think about it as they're making the presentation or reading over it, but they haven't really practiced it. When we say the words out loud, what happens is our brain hears and takes in the information differently, and that's when we can catch, oh, I need a different word, or oh, I forgot to say this, or I forgot to do such and such here. This is how I often catch myself or when I catch things that I forgot to put into the presentation, such as debriefs and activities. So those are the benefits of doing a verbal run through. And I don't want you to spend the same amount of time on a run through as you do for when you really deliver it. So if you have a 30-minute presentation, you might run through it in a run through in 10 to 15 minutes. But do give yourself the time to do an actual verbal run through rapidly, and you will catch things that are very important to your presentation, I promise. Thanks so much, and happy speaking.